Now we have a middleweight fight. Dolce Lumbuti, African booty scratcher, versus Marcus Perez. And you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Marcus Perez is a bum. He's like one of the biggest bums I've ever seen. This guy's one of the biggest bums I've ever seen grace the octagon. Like nothing about his style like makes any sense to me. Like I hate seeing this guy fight. Like it almost hurts my eyes seeing him fight. This guy's got like this guy's got terrible technique. I don't know what he's good at, but I don't know what the hell he's even trying to do out there. But in his last fight, he tried to do some type of Jair Rodriguez spin up elbow, and he gets himself knocked out. Like, bro, this guy is a fucking clown, dude. And in the literal sense of the word too, because he always comes out with that Joker.
Hmm.
Just, man, this guy's fighting style is comedic. Like, it's not entertaining at all either, though. So, I'm gonna bet against this guy all the time. So, Dolce looks like a big scary black guy, so I'm gonna bet on him. He's got a ton of power. He's not that great of a fighter himself, but and yeah, just Marcus Perez is a bum. So give me Dolce. Dolce is a slight favorite though. He is negative. Where's he at here? Negative 135, and the comeback on Perez is plus 115. So yeah, give me the African booty scratcher, Dolce.
Um, I think Dolce was on the last card we talked about. And the fight was canceled. I can't remember who he's supposed to fight off the top of my head, but I guess I could check it real fast since I have the card open. So Dolce Luigi. Actually, no, he doesn't even have a wiki page, so I don't want to go and search for it. Basically, he was supposed to fight someone else on a recent card, but his opponent, whoever it was, I guess he pulled out. Um, but and Dolce was the underdog in that one. Basically Dolce is I think he has a judo background and
Mm-hmm.
he has power, I think, but he's low output, low volume.
Yeah.
Um, I don't remember how his cardio is, so I can't really mention that. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I do hate Marcus Perez, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wins this fight just due to the output. He's even low volume too, but he's not as low volume as
This
Dolce
dude
is.
is such a fucking clown.
Yeah.
He's such a fucking clown. This guy. Oh my god, I hate watching this guy fight. Like,
Yeah.
it's so ridiculous. Like, and like you saw his last fight, right, where he tries to throw the up elbow and he gets himself knocked out.
Yeah, I had money on him.
Bro, oh my god, this guy, man.
Yeah, it was stupid. Um, yeah, it was annoying. So stupid.
This guy's so okay. I'm actually kind of intrigued to watch this fight because I'm hoping that he does something stupid again, and then get himself like just clobbered because it'll be funny, you know. But yeah, fuck that guy, man.
Yeah, it's a low level fight.
Yeah.
But I mean, I definitely won't take the favorite in this fight if I do bet it at all. I probably will bet it, but I'm not gonna take the favorite.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Um. Our this next fight is a good one. We have the Chinese Conor McGregor Sue Darji versus a guy who's 3-2, Zaruk Adashev. Uh, Zaruk in his last fight got knocked out. He got one hitter quitter against Tyson Nam. But yeah, what the heck is a guy with a 3-2 record doing in the UFC? So, um, Sue Mudarji on the other hand been training with a bunch of killers. He's been training with the um the Dagestanis in his wrestling, and it really showed because he's got great footwork. He's got good like he knows how to break from the clinch. He's got he works really well off the cage. Like I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. He looks like a high IQ guy. Really tall for flyweight. He's got a laser left hand. Um, yeah, man, this guy's looking pretty good. He might be somebody to look out for. I just need to see him shore up his submission defense a little bit, and because his takedown defense looks pretty good. I mean, from the little that we've seen of it, I've seen from it, even though he fought against a guy who isn't really that good, was Malcolm something, Malcolm, a black guy named Malcolm something. Um, even though he didn't look, I mean, even though it's not a great opponent, but I like the little kind of things that I saw from technique wise. So he's a huge favorite though. That's the only thing. So he's negative 380, which is fucking wide as shit. But I do expect him to roll through here and get the victory. I don't know if it's gonna be by knockout. I'm thinking it's gonna be by knockout. Uh, I mean, on paper it looks like it's gonna be on by knockout, but you know they're flyweights, so you never kind of know. But yeah, give me Sue Mudarji. Give me him by knockout. Really like what I see from him.
Um,
I don't know much about the other guy either, though. I've only seen him fight once, and he got knocked out. So
yeah. So basically, this dude is going to be undersized, and he has a kickboxing background. So uh he actually has a Wikipedia page, which is surprising. Um,
oh, like for a guy
and
who's 3-2, huh?
yeah, but
Somebody
it's
must be a fan
it,
of his.
yeah, it's that and so basically, I already knew he had a kickboxing background due to his previous fight because I did some research for his previous fight. Um, basically, he's undersized. Um, I don't think he has the power. He kind of with his hands. He kind of swings kind of wild with hard shots at times. So he might have some decent kicks, but his hands are not that great. Um, I think the length and that just the height and the length and the reach is just gonna be a big problem for Adeshev. Um, I see that I don't. I just basically see a TKO victory for Sumadirji here. It's basically a layup fight to get him a nice victory on his record and kind of slowly build him up. Let's see here. He has he's on a 2-fight win streak. When he got to the UFC, he looked like shit. Like when he fought against Smolka.
Yeah, that
I
was his debut, I think.
Yeah, and people were hyping him up then, and he was coming off a loss. He was coming off of a submission loss like the month prior, 1 month prior, and then he goes and fights Smolka. I'm not sure if it was short notice or not, and Smolka, I think he instantly rushed in
Took
for a
him.
takedown,
Yeah.
and it ended in the second round via armbar, and then we didn't see him for like what, like 10 months. We didn't see him for like 10 months, and then he came back, looked new and improved against Andre Sukumtat,
Yeah.
and
I liked it.
after that he beat the super scrubby Malcolm Gordon. So I think they're just trying to get him another win against a dude who's small, and like Gordon looks small against. Like he looks small against Sumadirji, but Gordon's two inches taller than Adeshev. So this is going to be a layup fight, basically. So give me Sumadirji. What is his TKO line? Let's see.
Negative 150.
Oh, there you go. Let me check something else real fast. Oh, that's his ITD line. Yeah. So I'll take his TKO line. I'll take that, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I think he'll win inside the distance. I don't know if I'm gonna bet his prop line or not, but I do think he's gonna win easy here. So
Same.
Sumadirji all
Yeah.
day.
Sadly, the line's too damn wide and shit, so
Yeah.
it sucks. Okay. We have the prelim headliner Ricky Simone versus the newcomer Gaetano Perello. Ricky Simone is the big favorite, negative 310, and the comeback on the new guy is plus 260. Um, Ricky Simone should win this. I looked at there's a couple of YouTube videos of the new guy on YouTube, and from what I saw of him, he likes to kind of clinch up and throw knees and throw elbows in the clinch. And I think if he tries to clinch up with Ricky Simone's gonna toss him on his head.
Hmm.
And this guy doesn't look like he's got enough takedown defense to stop Ricky Simone from doing what he wants to do. So I expect Ricky Simone to toss this guy on his head multiple times and maybe finish. I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be a finish. I don't know how tough the other dude is, but I do know that he's gonna get. I think Ricky Simone's gonna get what he wants as far as the takedown goes. So, uh, yeah, he's gonna get Russell fucked.
Yeah, this new dude, it's a short notice fight for him. And he's supposed to be a decent prospect, but I've never seen him fight. Like other people said, he's a decent prospect. I've never seen him fight, so I can't really say anything about him. But let's see here. When did he take this fight here?
It was supposed to be Brian Kelleher.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're supposed to fight. Kelleher and Simone are supposed to fight on the card a few days earlier, and then Kelleher pulled out for, I don't know if it was COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
And then this new dude stepped in. So I'm not sure how he matches up to Ricky Simone, but I'm sure his wrestling is not up to snuff.
Nope.
So
not what
yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah, and it looks like he's.
It looks okay though. It looks okay, but he needs to be up close in order to be effective. And you get up close to Ricky Simone, he's gonna throw you. You know. So.
Yeah, just quickly looking at his account here, it looks like he has been sub 3 times, TKO'd once, and then he lost 1 decision. And 11 of his 15 wins are by knockout, so he's essentially a striker. So yeah, I'll just take Ricky Simone to be safe, but I'm not going to put it in any parlays or anything because I don't know how they match up.
Right, that's fair. So, okay, now we're moving on to the main card. I know you're a big fan of Ron Murphy, but he's fighting against Douglas Andrade or Douglas Silva. That's his name, I think.
Yep.
He had multiple names. So, but Murphy's a pretty big favorite. He's negative 275. The comeback on Andrade is plus 235. I like Murphy. I like what I saw from him. I liked what I see from him so far in his UFC career. Dude's a really hard puncher. He's a pretty athletic dude, pretty strong guy as well. Inexperienced, but he's got a lot of upside to him. So I do expect him to win this fight here. But man, he's gonna be on the other end of the spectrum when it comes to experience, because Douglas Silva does have a ton of experience over him, and but I've seen Silva like wilt before, and I can see Lauren Murphy just finding that perfect shot and putting him away. So I do think this fight's gonna end inside the distance. But yeah, I'm just not feeling good about taking him at negative 275, but I do expect him to win there. So he's got a ton of upside in compared to Douglas Silva, so who I think already picked as an athlete. So yeah.
I mean, I do like Lerone Murphy here. I mean, in general, I do like him as a fighter, and I think he's a good prospect. I just don't know how he's gonna match up here. I mean, he's better technically, but if I remember correctly, he doesn't have like the highest output, and I'm thinking that he's not going to be able to keep up with the output. Andrade does have decent power, and I don't think Andrade is going to be taking Lerone Murphy down. And if he does, he'll be able to get back up. I already bet Andrade.
Look at the height difference. Lerone is 5'10" and Douglas is 5'6".
Yeah, he's a short, compact dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I already bet Andrade like a month ago when I was in Vegas. I just have a small bet, like at plus 205 for like $25 just for a flyer.
Did you do it because of the odds?
I did it just because it's a mixture of the odds. Like the odds plus I don't know how he's going to be. I can't really say for sure he's going to be able to deal with the output, because I think there's an output difference. If they both had a similar amount of output, then I'd be like, all right, Lerone Murphy all day. But I do think Lerone Murphy is a good prospect. He is green in certain areas, but those areas are not a factor in this fight. But I'm just worried about the output. If it was just a skill for skill thing, I think Lerone Murphy is like the better fighter. But I just don't know. I want to make sure that his output is high enough, in this fight before I even think about betting him. I definitely don't want to bet him as a what what did you say it was?
275.
275. Yeah, that's way too expensive.
Yeah, too expensive.
He'll I mean, if he wins here, then he'll be not overrated, but his line will be like, juiced in his next fight and his next fight after that,
Yeah.
more than it should be. But yeah, I do want Lerone Murphy to win. But just in case he doesn't win, I just I have a small $25
That was a very good
$25
win he
bet
got in his
on.
last fight against Ramos. He knocked him out in his guard, didn't he? Or yeah, it was ground and pound, right?
Yeah, it was GMP at some point. Yeah, I mean that one was an easy fight for me to pick. Murphy was the underdog in that one on the bookies on the odds. I mean, Ramos, his striking sucks, and he's there to be hit, and I already knew that Lerone Murphy trains with that one flyweight dude, or was it either 125 or 135er, who's an elite wrestler from Dagestan. So he's like the next prospect. In my opinion, he's like the number one prospect who is outside of the UFC. But anyway, so I know that they train together. They live in England together, and they
Wait,
train
who
at
is
the
it?
same gym.
Who are you talking about?
I'll have to tell you his name later because I can't think of it at the moment. Um, but if you go to his Instagram, you'll be able to see um, pictures
Okay.
of him. But anyway, so I already knew his striking was up to. I mean, his wrestling defense was up to snuff, and we saw what happened. So, but yeah, so I do want Lerone Murphy to win, but I have a small bet on Andrade.
Okay. Hopefully Andrade doesn't come out with that stupid looking rat tail, because I can't see that on my TV for much longer. I don't want to see that on my TV for 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Roxanne Modafferi versus Vivian Arujao, and Vivian is the big favorite over the nerd chick. She is negative 335, and Roxanne is plus 265. I'm 275. But we've seen this before. Roxanne Modafferi is always the underdog, and sometimes or somehow she comes out with the victory.
Mm-hmm.
So Arujao has a loss to just a guy. Like I don't even want to break it down any further than that. Like she looks physically, like, I mean, everybody looks physically better than Roxanne Modafferi, but I mean, this chick, I mean, she looks good on, like, she Vivian, she looks decent, like, from the eye test, but yeah, I'm gonna just for meme purposes, I'm gonna go with Modafferi by decision, split decision, and I would
Uh,
never lay that much money on this random chick.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know about these two fighters. Um, I mean,
You can't lose to
Vivi-
Jessica Eye that big of a favorite over anybody.
Viviani should win here, but and especially since Roxanne sucks and she's getting worse, and now people already knew how to beat her before, but then she went on a little run, and now it's clear how to beat her. Um, so I mean, Viviani should be able to win as long as she sticks and moves, and basically Roxanne, her even after she improved, she still had the same weakness, and now everyone knows it. Like, you just have to wait for her to make you just basically you strike, jab, jab, and she's gonna come forward at some point and try to use her striking, because it has improved a little bit, but she's super slow and her head stays in the same spot. So she'll strike and throw like a slow combo, and then after she's done, her head will still be there and her hands will fall, and then you could just like counter her. So she's terrible. I mean, not terrible. She's easy to be countered. And if Viviani does that, then she could get a TKO. Viviani will probably win by decision. Um, so yeah, I do like Viviani to win here. What is her decision line?
Negative 130.
Hmm. Uh, yeah, I'll pass on that.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Huh?
Yeah.
can't get plus odds on that. So
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I'll pass on it. I'll pass on the whole fight as a whole.
okay,
But I do think Viviani will win.
yeah, this fight shouldn't even be this close up like towards the main event. Like, and neither should the next fight. Like the prelims look the prelim. There's a bunch of prospects that look really good, and some fights that look really good too. And yet this fight's on the next card. The next is a third fight in the main event, which doesn't make any sense to me. Hopefully this is not real, but um, it's a light heavyweight fight between Isaac Villanueva versus Vinicius Moreira, and this is a bum fight. It's like there's no other way to say it. It's a bum fight. Um, I don't even want to break it down. I don't even. It's a bum fight. So what
Yeah.
do you think?
Yeah. I was gonna say something similar.
This should not be up there. This should have been the first fight of the night or something type deal. Like it should be right up like way down there on the card. I don't know. I have a bone to pick with whoever like sets up these bout orders. Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, there's still time to change it because it's
Hopefully they do
still
because
it's
this
8 days
doesn't
away.
belong up there. All right,
So
fair. I'll reserve my judgment for that until they rearrange everything. So, but yeah, any thoughts on this one? It's not very good.
this is I'm definitely going to I don't know. I'm going to see if I can find an angle later. But my original plan was to stay away from it. Let's check out the ITD or the under 1.5 because one of these dudes is going to finish each other. One has the striking advantage, and the other dude has the
Jiu-jitsu.
jiu-jitsu advantage, and the jiu-jitsu guy leaves his chin up there to get hit. So he could get, I mean, I would say, oh yeah, the other dude sucks. Ike's gonna TKO him at some point. But then I could easily just get clinched and like,
Flipping on
tripped or
banana
something like
peel
that.
and
Yeah, slip on
fall
a,
over, get tapped out.
something. So what is the let me see here. Where's the line at? Here it is.
220 plus 220 for inside the distance for Villanueva.
Hmm.
I'll just blindly bet the underdog for that one if I had $1 to bet on for fun.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe if I'm feeling like crazy enough, I'll add like the ITD at minus 280 to like a long shot parlay or something like that. That's about it.
All right, let's move on to a really good fight. Not a really good fight, but a really bright prospect in Mounir Lazzez. He's facing Warley Alves, who we've seen in the octagon before. Laziz is a decently sized favorite. He's negative 225. He opened up lower than the night before. And Alves is plus 185. Give me Laziz here. I think a lot of people was very pleasantly surprised in what they saw against the what's his name Razak Al Hassan.
Mm-hmm.
I saw before he fought Al Hassan. I saw tape on him on YouTube, and I was really liking what I saw. I remember talking in the breakdown like, "Hey, like this guy looks pretty good." I don't know who he hasn't fought anybody like worth mentioning because he's fighting out of the Middle Eastern circuit. But just from the eye test alone, like this guy's technique looks pretty damn on point, and
Yeah.
I really liked what I saw. And then when he fought against Al Hassan, it looked he looks legit to me. So I like this guy's style, man. Like his knees, his head kicks, the way he uses his length, his elbows. Like this guy's a really good Muay Thai fighter, and he's very slick, and he does everything like by the books. Like this guy's very well schooled. He even went for late round takedowns, which shows his high IQ as well. Man, I like what I see from him, and I expect him to finish Worley here because we've seen Worley get tired in most of his fights. He goes balls to the wall in the first round, but if he doesn't like put a stamp on the first round of the fight, he tends to gas out. And um, like even with James Cross has hit him with a knee before too, and Laziz is a really tall dude, and this guy can get his knee up there. So I'm expecting Laziz to hit him with a knee somewhere, with something really slick and knock out Worley Alves. And I really like this fight a lot. I'm have a pretty big bet on Laziz,
Mm.
and I also have a big bet on him by finish as well. So this is probably my favorite bet on the card. Like Sue Mudarji and what's his name? and Ricky Simone, and this guy are my three favorite bets. But this guy's my favorite bet only because the odds are more playable than the other two.
Hmm.
But yeah, give me Mounir Lazzez. I'm sure you
Yeah,
like him too.
yeah. His line originally it opened up like at minus 115 on Bet Online, and then like 20
Mm.
minutes later it got bet down.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time it got to like 5 dimes, opened at minus 240, and then it went up to minus 190. And I was like, oh shit, it got to minus 190. Because
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping that people are gonna be like, oh yeah, Warley Alves, he's a little bit of a name, and he's Brazilian, and he comes to the weigh-in holding like a rubber band or something, or stretching a rubber band, and I was hoping people are gonna buy into him. Um, so I didn't want to bet Lazzez as at minus 190, but I should have, because now he's at minus 225 on 5 dimes, and yeah, I think he crushes here. I was gonna make him a max bet, but I personally don't like betting anything like over like minus 170 or minus 175. I just don't feel comfortable, especially like over like minus 200 or more. Like if I'm gonna make a big bet, like, cause I wanted to make like at least 15. I wanted to risk enough to win like at least 1,500, and then at minus 225 or so I have to pay a bunch of juice, and I don't want to do that right now. So I do think Lazzez crushes here, cruises and crushes here. Um, as far as the stats here, we have
Hey,
Warley
how
out.
old is this guy? I'm trying to look up his age. It doesn't. Nobody has his age.
Let's see here on Fight Metric, what used to be called Fight Metric, now it's UFCstats.com. He's listed as being born on November 16th, 1987. So he is
30,
5 years younger than
33.
me.
Then. Wow,
33.
this guy. He's a 33-year-old rookie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he's 10-1. So
He's.
um,
I think he might be older than what's his face, huh?
let me check. Warley was born in 1991, January.
Oh,
So he just turned 20, right? No, not 20, sorry. 30?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wally Albert just turned 30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
33-year-old prospect on her hand.
so he first came on. Oh yeah, let me finish the stats. So Warley is 5'11", Mounir is 6'1", so 2-inch height for Lazzez. Warley has a 72-inch reach, and then Lazzez has a 76-inch reach. So it's a 4-inch. So two height inch advantage for Mounir, and then a 4-inch reach advantage for Mounir. Um, Along with what you said about Warley Alves, I just think that he's hittable, and
Yep.
if he can't get the clinch in the first round to go for the takedown, then he's fucked. And he's low output. He only just throws one big bomb, and then he kind of stands there and looks at you.
Yep.
Um, if he
Back
yeah,
back
so
and everything.
yeah, so he's hittable in the first round, and if he doesn't get that first round finished, then he's mentally breaks down, and he also has a cardio issue.
Yep.
Lazzez, he has great cardio. He showed on that short notice fight in
Yep.
last time, and great striking, high output, great chin, good takedown defense, taller, longer.
His knees are just fucking beautiful. Like this
Yeah,
guy, this guy got some scary looking fucking knees.
yeah,
And
and
Warley's gonna get
he
battered.
first
He's gonna get battered.
he first came onto the scene. He first Lazzez, the way he got into the UFC was through Dana White's son. Dana White's son was like, "Hey, Dad, there's this prospect guy who's like really good," and that was Lazzez. So,
Wow.
I'm not sure if he suggested him joining, like, because it was a short notice fight. I'm not sure if he had him on his radar already, or if his son was like, "Hey, take this guy on a short notice." But either way, it was his son who told him about him. So yeah, going through Warley Alves's record, he fought Marcio Alexander Jr. He was a striker, but he's terrible. He fought Alan Jouban, who's chinny. He's not that great either.
He should
Nordine
have lost that
Taleb.
fight though.
Yeah, yeah, I should have.
Japan beat him for sure.
Yeah, that was in Brazil, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And then I had money on Joe Benson.
Same.
uh,
I did.
and then he beat Taleb, Nordine Taleb. That's there's a lot of people have wins over Nordine. He's not even in the UFC anymore either. He's like 40. He looks kind of young, but he's like old. So he beat Nordine. He beat Colby Covington back when Colby was a rookie in the UFC. It was a
I
quick
think
sub.
Kobe had a rib injury in that fight. That's what happened.
And then he
Yeah, that's why
lost. He got his ass beat. And so after coming off of those 4 wins, he got his ass beat by Brian Barberena. And he got, Barberena landed 120 significant strikes on him in that fight. And then after that, for some reason, he fought against Kamaru Usman. So he lost that one. And then he beat some scrub named Salim Tuhari. Then he beat Sultan Aliyev, who's that Russian dude who's terrible. I don't think he's even in the UFC anymore. Actually, no, he's still. I guess he won his last fight, but he hasn't fought for over a year and a half. And then he lost to James Krause by the knee to James Krause, who James Krause used to be a 155er. Then he beat the scrubby Sergio Moraes, who's not even in the UFC anymore. That guy, I can't believe how long he stuck around. He's so terrible. Then he lost to Randy Brown. He got subbed by a striker. So this Brazilian dude so he got subbed by Randy Brown, and now he's going to come get knocked out by Mounir Lazzez. Yep. And that's pretty much it.
Yep, I agree. On all counts, it's probably the best part of the card. If it wasn't so juiced out.
Yeah, I might. I'm gonna wait on. I don't know if I should wait a little bit because his Lazzez's ITD line opened at plus 160. Now it's plus 130. I'm not sure if I should wait for the TKO line. It's gonna be a little bit better, but I don't know how much by that time that happens.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
But yeah, I do think Lazzez is just gonna crush this dude.
Yep, agreed. Main event: Neil Magny versus Michael Chiesa. I think we're gonna be on different sides of this one here. Neil is negative 135. The comeback on Chiesa is plus 115. I'm kind of a known Chiesa. I don't like Chiesa at all. I never liked him, and I always bet against him. Against any decent fighter. So I'm gonna bet against him here as well. I don't think you can go far with Chiesa's striking. Like I just don't think you can go very far with striking like that. So it's pretty much non-existent. He just likes to use his size to bowl you over and tie you up and try to drag you to the floor. And I mean, he's a big dude. That's he's got that going for him. Like he's a really big, strong guy who cuts a ton of weight. He's got some good leverage because he's so damn big. But I think he's gonna be facing a guy who's every bit of as lengthy as him, and then with good cardio to boot. So I don't see him dominating Magny on the ground like he does most of his opponents. And if he doesn't dominate him, I don't see him having the striking prowess to get through to Neil Magny's jab, who's looking a lot more improved in his striking lately. I think when it comes down to the grappling, I think they're gonna be. I think they might be able to stalemate each other a bit. So yeah, give me Neil Magny. I think Neil Magny is gonna upstrike him, and but I do think most of the fight is gonna be fought within the clinch and the clinch defense. So there goes that. So that if Chiesa is gonna win, it's because the fight is gonna be pretty much held in the clinch for the most part, and if he's able to kind of take advantage there, then I can see him winning. But I think in a 5-round fight, I think it's going to favor Magny as well. So I got Magny edging out the fight, peppering him with jabs and outstriking him. And then when he gets down to the clinch and against the fence, they'll probably end up being a stalemate. Yeah. And I really don't know. Well, I don't know if how this fight plays out in the 5-round fight, but I like the Magny here. So give me at negative 135.
Yeah, I lean with Neil Magny as well, but I mean,
okay.
But you just said what I'm afraid of. If it ends up in the clinch a lot of the time, you said it's going to take place in the clinch a lot. That's what I'm worried about. Because like if it goes to the clinch, that's where Chiesa wants it. That's how he gets his takedowns in the clinch. And Neil Magny is not some good clinch striker. His limbs are too long. He mostly punches. So if he can't get the distance and he's in the clinch, then he's fucked. So I do lean with Magny, but I'm not going to. I don't have any plan at the moment to bet on Magny. Um, but I do lean with Magny. But as of today, no bet at the moment.
Okay. Well, I haven't put anything on him yet either, but I think the odds might pretty much stay the same. So I'm not in a rush to bet it. I don't expect any like large line shift movements. But when the fight comes down to it, I'm gonna be playing Neil Magny. I just yeah, that's the only way I could see this fight being competitive is in the clinch, and I do think Neil Magny is the type of guy who wants to clinch with you, who likes to fight in all areas of the game. So he's gonna give Chiesa what he wants. So we'll see. All right, so why don't we recap? What are your picks here? My picks, as previously mentioned, was Mounir Lazzez money line, and then also his inside citizens line. Um, Sumu Darji, but damn, dude's negative fucking 380, so I don't know what to say about that one. Ricky Simone, same thing, 320 for his line. It's too damn fucking wide. It is what it is. But the rest of the card, man, I don't have really many other picks. I mean, I get Nil Magny as well. So those are my 4 picks that I like to win. But like the odds are just too wide for me to like that much. Other than the cheapest guy is Lazzez, and he's negative 225 already. So I got him at plus 185. So I mean, I like that line then. But yeah, I still like him now. I think he's gonna win. I just really like him. So, but yeah, that's about it for me.
Yeah. This card. It's yeah. I'm not sure about the main event. I have a small bet on Douglas Andrade's money line. Francisco Figueiredo and Jerome Rivera. I don't know. It's probably a pass. Roxanne Modafferi versus Viviani. It's probably a pass. Ricky Simone. I'm gonna pass on that since I don't know anything about his opponent. Those 2 new girls are making their debut. I'm gonna pass on that. I'll have a bet on Matt Schnell at plus 110.
Okay.
Ike Villanueva, Vinicius Moreira. I'm passing on that. Mike Davis, Mason Jones, passing on that. Lazzez, I'll have him in a parlay with some other person on a different card. And then Dalcha and Perez, I'll probably pass on that. And then Sumadurgi, I think he'll crush. So I think maybe Lazzez and let me see what that pays at. Let me see here. We have money line 225 plus 380. It equals minus 121. But if you think that one of them's going to get a finish, at least one of them's going to get a finish, then you could replace it. Let's say if you think Madurgi is going to get a finish here, you could say Madurgi ITD and then some Madurgi ITD mixed with Mounir moneyline. It turns out to be plus 141.
Okay. Oh, you know what? You forgot Omari ML is also on the card, so that's one of my picks as well.
Oh, yeah. I might have a little bit on Omari, but that one is like, eh.
Right. Yeah, I don't like his gas tank, so that's the only thing that holds me back from betting anything significant.
Yeah, so I'll take Lazzez. I'll probably put Lazzez in a Madurgi, so Madurgi in a parlay. I just need to figure out which, if I want to do their ITD or if I want to just do their money line and pay the juice on it. I have Lazzez in a different parlay. I don't remember what it was, but it's with some dude on a different card. So, but yeah, Lazzez parlay mixed with Sumadurgi, and then a bet on Matt Schnell, and that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and Douglas Andrade. So I have 2 small bets and a parlay. That's it.
Okay, well, I mean, it's kind of sad that like there's 2 cards so close together, and I don't have too many strong picks. Kind of sucks,
Well, I mean,
kind of disappointing, but
it's better that we have all those cards, back to back to back, and that you're not trying to force bets, because you could end up on like one of those shitty runs where you lose a lot on the first one and you try to make it up on the second
Right.
one and it's another
True.
shitty card, and then you end up on the third card, you're like, I'm risking everything.
Yeah, be on tilt and shit.
Yeah, so just bet responsibly and pick your spots.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do here then. Yep. All right. Well, those are two cards that we went through. The third card on the Abu Dhabi list is UFC 257. I got a couple picks that I'm eyeing on that one, so we'll get to that one when we do.
Yep.
All right, man.
Later.
Good luck.